Hey guys, it's Robbie here, and this is FrekiFitWolf. All right, happy Saturday, everybody. Hopefully your weeks are going well. Mine, you know how mine's going. I'm talking every day, so there's no secrets. But yeah, so let's just get right into stepping on the scale this morning. Again, keeping in mind that I stepped in on the scale like right after waking up instead of after some time like usual. And I was not having high hopes as far as a loss today, because yesterday, like earlier in the week, so twice this week this happened, I stayed within my points actually, but the calorie goal, not so much. I was 100 calories over the calorie goal, but exactly at my points. The matching wasn't right. So, unfortunately, unlike last time, earlier in the week, that I stepped on the scale and it was still a loss, or maybe that was the day that it didn't move. I don't remember exactly. But either way, I stepped on the scale today, and it is 312.8. So that means I am up 2.4 pounds since yesterday. And for the week, instead of being at a loss, I am at plus 0.2 pounds. So, couple of things. One, I did horrible on water yesterday. I bragged about it and jinxed myself. I even drank diet soda at home rather than water. When I poured the first glass, I was like, okay, after this, you're switching to water. Did Robert do that? No, Robert did not. Robert continued to drink soda or nothing. So that was fun. Two, again, I did eat over my calories. The goal that it gives me is 2,600 something, and I was at like nearly exactly 100 over that. It was 27 something. So, and you guys know I'm already questioning if 26 is too much. I rarely get to that high, but there have been several times that I have. But it's pretty hard. So that is a factor. And the other factor is sodium, because I just tracked it. Granted, I have not added up my sodium for every other day, so I don't know how this compares to my usual intake of sodium. It's just, that's just a gut instinct whenever we see an obnoxious gain, especially overnight, to be like, that can't be real. There's no way I gained that much. So you start thinking like sodium. So I did look, and there are a couple of things that for some reason the iTrack Bites app doesn't have full nutritional information on, like white rice. So I don't know how much sodium was in that. And carrots, but I don't think there's much in that. Maybe there's not much in either, and that's why it's left blank, but there's not even a number. It's just a dash. But I had 8,240 milligrams of sodium. Google says you're supposed to have less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium. That's a quick Google search. I haven't researched into sodium levels or anything like that. But if that's the case, I had like 3 times the amount of sodium than what you're supposed to in a day. Again, that's the average person. I don't know what my average sodium intake is, but I do know it was higher because I did have, let's just break down my meals. I, first of all, had 3 meals, so I'm tempted to go back to having 2 bigger ones. But I had my Southwest chicken wrap from Quick Trip. Like, it's the quickest, easiest thing in the morning, and it's good. And it's got chicken breast in it. It's got healthy stuff in it, but it also does have a lot of sodium. I don't remember exactly how much. Well, I do know. It had 1,510 milligrams of sodium. That's a lot of freaking sodium. That's basically half of your day's amount of what you're supposed to have. And I had it in 1 wrap. it's either that one or 1120. I don't know if I wrote them down in order. I just wrote down the numbers, not what they're attached to. But so that had a lot of sodium. And then I got Built Bars, because I haven't had them in forever, and they had that $6 sale where you can get 6 bars for $6. And I had ordered that, and those had arrived. I don't even know when they arrived, but I hadn't eaten any of them yet because I kept leaving them at work. And so I had the peanut butter one, that one tastes pretty good. But those are like 45 milligrams of sodium. Not horrible, except for the fact that Robert had 3 of them yesterday, because the second one I had was the cookies and cream one, and it tasted like marshmallow. And I shouldn't make that face, but I don't hate marshmallow, but that's not the texture I'm expecting when I think of cookies and cream. But I was not satisfied with that at all. So I ended up having a third one, which was the salted caramel, which again was not satisfying. I am not liking the new Built Bars. I didn't love them before. I only liked them because they were, super low in points on the current Weight Watcher plans. Now that I'm on Sugar Smart, not Sugar Smart. I'm on Carb Conscious on iTrack Bites, aka Weight Watchers Points Plus. And now they're like 4.1 points on my plan, or something like that, I think. I forgot exactly, but they're higher. So they're not worth it to me. I'm going to go back to the Aldi ones. But yeah, so I ended up having that one, and it still wasn't satisfying. But that one was also at like 11 o'clock last night. But anyway, so then when I got off of work and when I got home, I made a little stir fry with the turkey kielbasa and some mixed vegetables, and I did add a little bit of chicken broth. Well, that was a ton of sodium. That turkey kielbasa, it's freaking 3,315 milligrams of sodium. Right there. Yeah. That was more than your daily allowance. And then I went out and I decorated for our Halloween party tonight, which I don't think I even mentioned on here yet. I'm talking about my week, but I've been so stressed out about my parents that there's a Halloween party happening in my backyard and my downstairs neighbor's apartment, because it's a 2-family thing. And we're hosting it, but mainly gonna be outside, social distancing, masks, and all that jazz. But we went outside and we're decorating for that. He had some stuff, I had some stuff left over from the salon, and it looks kind of cute. It feels like incomplete, but what you gonna do? But anyway, so we were decorating for that, and then by the time I come back inside, I was hungry again, really hungry, as if I just worked out, which, if you've hung up decorations and, carried tables and chairs and blah, 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 it kind of feels like a workout sometimes. So I decided to make dinner, and I made rice. And I'm just gonna make rice. I put a chicken breast in it, and some carrots and green beans in it, and steamed it up, fried it, and I did use a 1/4 cup of low sodium soy sauce, which still has a lot of soy sauce. I think it was 1,100 or something. I don't remember the numbers on there. But either way, I had a lot of sodium yesterday, so that could be a huge factor. I also had lack of sleep yesterday because I was tired and I was gonna go to bed, and I decided, HBO Max has 7 free days of HBO Max. You can try it out for 7 days. Oh, sweet. I want to see that new The Witches movie. Loved the original when I was a kid. Let's watch this one. So I watched it, and then I was like, I need something to fall asleep to, and it's 10:30 at night, and I come across Little Shop of Horrors. Obviously, most of you probably have seen that movie. It's a classic. I love it. So at 10:30 at night, I started it and finished it. So, stayed up pretty dang late. So, lack of sleep, high sodium, not enough water, all things that we know are the opposite of what you want to be doing. And I did them. So, that led to the scale being what it said today. And I'm not happy, but it is what it is. And I have today still to drink a ton of water and flush everything out that I can for my official weigh-in tomorrow. Yeah, and I think today will be easier. I am having the chicken wrap despite the fact that it's higher in sodium, because I didn't plan ahead. And I like it. It's good. It's got some other stuff in it, and some sodium's okay. And I want to actually double check how much sodium it actually has. I'm going to look at the label. But anyway, so I'm going to have that, and then I work until 8 o'clock, and then I am going to come home, make a dinner. Don't know what yet. I have plenty of options. I'm going to probably make fish sticks with vegetable just because it's easy, and then get ready for the party. And the party, like, yes, there will be alcohol. I don't know if I'm going to have any. If I do, I'm having like a drink. And then he's putting out some snacks. Again, we're not really expecting people to eat. I'm not planning on eating during this. And it starts at 8. So from 8 till, whenever it ends. And typically after parties like that, I don't feel like eating. But I got bananas. And I'm going to pre-make some pudding so that is ready to go in case I am craving a snack. And I'm not doing the pudding with the Premier Protein this time. I'm going to do it with the almond milk because it's lower in calories and lower in points or whatever. Just in case something happens during the party and I can use a little bit more points. But everything, like, I'm going to pre-track everything when I get to work. That way I can see what wiggle room I have for the party in case I do want to have an extra drink or in case I do want to have a snack. But I think it's going to be like chips and dip. And I'm like, I trust my friends. I'm not insulting them. But I don't want a snack that I am reaching into the same container of food that other people have reached into with their hands. So I know I don't want to have that. I just, again, I trust them. I know I'm pretty confident none of them have COVID. But, the same reason why we're having masks on is also the same reason why you don't really want to grab chips that somebody else has touched with their hands or, anything like that. I did point out to my friend that, because he originally had put out a punch bowl, and I'm like, I don't know if because he wants to make a punch for it. I'm like, I don't know if that's a great idea because of, if people like refill a glass or whatever. I think the little spout that's easier to wipe with sanitizing wipes, because I got some from DoorDash, would be better. So he switched into that, and he's like, oh, that's fine, because that can easily be turned into a chips and dip bowl. And I'm like, I don't know. But at the same time, gonna have it there, and if people are okay with it, they can have it. If they aren't, like me, they won't. Not that big a deal, I guess. Just trying to be responsible during this and still, have a life. It's confusing. Side note, a week today, it's been a week today. There we go. So they got my nails done, and look at this dude. I was hoping with gel polish it would last a lot longer. And granted, every other nail is still perfect. So I don't know what I did to this finger, but I'm sad. And I was trying to find nail clippers. I lost mine so that I could just like clip off the tip of it, and I think it'd be fine. But yeah, I definitely don't have time to go have her fix it, and I don't have any gel polish at home. The only bad thing about getting it done professionally is, like, when it's my stuff, like, I can easily just real quick. I can't do that with that. So we'll see how bad it gets today after, doing hair all day. And if it gets really bad, I might just take it off and have one silver nail instead, because that's the polish I got. But yeah, I'm happy also, side note, If you're still here 14 minutes in. I talk a lot lately. But side note, I'm happy that stepping on the scale and seeing a 2.5 pound gain, or 2.4, didn't ruin my mood completely. I did step on it, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's not cool. But I didn't instantly start berating myself for, indulging a little bit the way I did yesterday. Well, a lot of it. I mean, I listed my food. You know what I ate. I didn't, get too harsh on myself. I didn't get too down. I didn't get too angry or sad or upset. I'm not happy. I don't love the choices that I made. But I'm not beating myself up. It's just when I start thinking too much about it, that's when I start wanting to beat myself up, because I'm like, this whole month, seeing the daily weigh-ins, and I see progress happening, and then one day can totally backtrack it. It's very frustrating. Because, I forgot exactly where I started this month, but I'm not down that much total for the month, which is kind of frustrating. But again, I'm learning, I'm figuring it out, and things like that. Just like we all have to. We all have certain things that we have to do and process and learn. And I am making progress either way. So whether it be dramatic or not, it's still happening. And that's what I got to remember. I don't know where I was going with the rest of that sentence. But yeah. So anyway, I'm going to call it there, because I actually, talking this much, I am like over halfway to work, but this is where the road construction happens, and I don't want to be talking on here. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, please cross your fingers that tomorrow's weigh-in goes better than it did today. And I will talk to you tomorrow and let you know the results.